What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is your local problematic Leo, and today on dressedtokill, we are finally taking a look at Dante. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, when they first showed him off, I was definitely not a fan of the theme. As many of you guys know, especially if you followed me in other video games, I don't necessarily love casters, especially wizardy looking ones, and that is basically the epitome of Dante. He is just embracing all of his caster goodness, and I'm just not super into it. In fact, I'm going to show you one of the weird things that but after customizing him and seeing that splash art where he's like lounging, you know which splash art I'm talking about. It was the one in one of my thumbnails. These use it all over the place. But lounging Dante is kind of a vibe. You know what else is a vibe? This Dante collection when it comes to the armor set. Oh my god, that armor set is absolutely gorgeous. But let me show you what I'm talking about when it comes to the weird Dante like lump. Now, I am using a different animation on him, but I don't, like, when he moves this way, he just looks like a brick. His head just looks like a brick, and it's very, very off-putting. I feel like it looks a little bit better in the Caliban animation, but just in general, I don't know, it's kind of brickish. Anyway, let's get dressed. Alrighty, so as always, we kick things off with a little bit of a disclaimer. All of the color codes for each customization are going to be found down in the description box below. R stands for row, C stands for column, and there should be a palette name somewhere down in there. Now, as we can see with look number 1, it is not a very far departure from the original look, and if I'm going to be completely honest with you, it's because I kind of sort of like the original look. However, it was just a bit drab. There was just something that needed a little bit zhuzhing up, so I went ahead and warmed up the colors. I added my own color energy. That's the word that we were looking for. It's quite late at night, if you couldn't already tell by the way that I'm talking. But the number one thing that I wanted to insist upon is he just looks weird without all of the extra armor. I feel like he needs this specific armor to just look right. So you're going to notice with all of my customizations, I have not tried out any other armors with him because I don't know, I just don't feel like they fit as well as this. I haven't even used the Officium Cyandana, and that is kind of like a shocker because that's one of my biggest go-tos. Now, my idea for this theme is actually less about the color than the actual color of the energy. I was looking for something that was very sepia toned. I've actually done a lot of planner work and journaling lately, and there is a really, really pretty kind of steeped umber ink color that I dabble in from time to time, so I really wanted to accentuate that, and I felt like his original look with a little bit of tweaks and some energy tone that's a little sepia-ish would kind of like fit the bill. So this was just definitely the go-to. There's nothing too crazy about this. However, let's go ahead and take off the ephemera. I love the Conqueror ephemera on him because it looks very ribbony, and ribbony is kind of like bookish and all of that kind of stuff. It kind of goes with the flows of the robes. So I figured that we would go ahead and toss that on. And for some reason, because I was thinking in my head, he's like a scholar, you know what I mean? Because we're like dark academia-ish, but less cold. It's more like warm, dark academia. He has like the kind of like Play-Doh leaf crown. I felt like it was very, very fitting. Anyway, let's go ahead and move into our second look. Now, I feel good about the next one, but I'm also like, maybe we could tweak the colors just a little bit more, but I'm kind of feeling it. I really wanted to do something kind of aqueous, something kind of icy. And I mean, I feel like we're there. As you can see, this is the Dante Cantus helmet. I did not like this helmet just because it looks really, it's weird. It's weird, but if, like, I'm going to swap the helmets real quick. I don't feel like this color combo would work without the Cantus helmet. I don't know why. It just feels right. And there's something about, like, the more vivid secondary because you don't have that kind of like owl head that comes down, and it doesn't add that extra drapery over the chest. Number one, you get a better look at the sigil. Number two, it just feels like a better fit, and to have this kind of like aqueous, frosty kind of like mage, which I don't really even like Ice Mage. I'm gonna let you know that. I mean, they're handy because you can freeze things, but I figured I would kind of go along with that. But the biggest inspiration for me, I don't know what it is about Dante and his energy colors, but specifically those peregrines, I really wanted like an airy kind of like over the ocean kind of peregrine. Like that's where they live. The inspiration was very, very strange in all of these ones. But I did feel the spiky helmets with the spiky signa. For those of you guys who are not aware, that signa is the Frost Heirloom signa. Ooh, I remember you guys don't like it when I use the heirloom stuff. Ooh, I'm sorry, but I mean, this is here. We're here. This is what we're doing now. I've already created it. There's nothing I can do. The Zarina ephemera is what we use to kind of almost give him like a saint kind of figure. If you wanted to do this, it's actually very easy because the tertiary and the secondary, tertiary and the accent are basically the same color. So really you can just tweak the primary and the secondary. Like if you wanted to, maybe this was what I was playing around with. Actually, I was using the Easter palette. Oh, and it's like Easter. Look at that. I was actually thinking of like tweaking it into some different shades. So like you can do like a cotton candy, you can do a unicorn, but I was almost thinking of maybe if you did like a purpley one, you might be able to kind of like deepen and darken things into almost a, what is it called? Like a chalutu kind of one, you know, a little bit of that. But again, I was going for like the aqueous, like over the ocean kind of like peregrine, kind of like waves and wind kind of feel, you know what I mean? So hopefully I captured that, and I think I'm looking at it now and I'm pretty satisfied with the way that this one turned out. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 3. This one kind of came to me in the 12th hour, if I'm going to be honest with you. I wanted to do like a druidy one, and I kind of feel like this one's almost, I don't want to say it's my favorite, but I feel good about this one. So let me go ahead and take off the, what is it called, the ephemera, so that you can kind of see it a little bit better, because I feel like it still kind of works even without the ephemera. So what we're looking at really is, I was technically gonna do a play on the pinky one. Remember when we were looking at the Aqueous guy and I was kind of going through those cotton candy like vibes? I was like, I really like the thought of doing like a pink and a green and having it be very natured. And then I looked at it and I was just like, you know what? The pink is just way too soft. It just doesn't quite match. I'll show you the pink that we're talking about actually when we get there. Because, you know, I wanted to do this kind of like flower and bloom thing, and then I realized the vibe I was more going for was like druidic, and I needed to kind of dirty it up a little bit, which, you know, like these are colors you can kind of like shift and change. So this is the original kind of like color that we were going for, and then I'm gonna go into the gamma variation, and I was gonna do something along the lines of like this, like a soft kind of like watercolor pinky tone, you know what I mean? To kind of like bring out some of the florals. And I was like, no, we'll go with the brown because I want to go with more like wood. Because, you know, who doesn't love some good wood, right? And then we also went ahead and tossed on the Envine Signia, or Signa. And I was like, ooh, okay, that's very like brackeny, woody vibe. I'm kind of really, really feeling it. And I realized I hadn't used the Sapphire ephemera. And I was like, let's go ahead and toss that baby on and see what it looks like. And you know what it looks like? It looks like just more twisted wood. And so once that all came together, I was like, it just feels right. And again, the Sayandana, the armors, all of those are absolutely beautiful. I did want to say something about this armor set because I didn't say it in my previous video. Where is it? We're gonna go ahead. So yay, good job, Dante. We're kind of done with Dante right now. Let me know which one of your favorite looks, or which one of your looks were your favorite down in the comments below. But we're gonna look at Styanax real quick in the new armor set. Because something that somebody brought up, and it was right, I didn't actually mention it though. I didn't mention it in the video, is I had actually used the, oh my god, it starts with an O, Oranist. These ones, the Oranist armor set actually goes really, really nicely on the new, oh my god, Tahaha, whatever it's called, Oranist. This new armor set looks really, really good, and it's kind of, it harkens back to, you know how he had the drapey bits on his original, outfit? I kind of feel like it kind of hints back towards that, and I kind of like the way that this armor lays on him. So like if you look at that, it kind of does the drapey thing without being too drapey, but you can also put on the Ren cowl, and I think that even still fits. It's still, there's just a lot of drapiness going on, and ooh, look at that energy color. It looks like fire off of there, and it looks kind of sickening. So if you guys want to pick up the Oranist armor set along with Mr. What is his name? Dante, I definitely think that is a big one. Let's finish with Dante because now I feel guilty. He was like, he stole his thunder. Sorry. All right. Well, that about... I messed it all up. Here, we're back. So that about does it for me for now. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Also, if you've tried the Oranist armor set on any other Warframes that you think it goes well with. I'm wondering, maybe we should take a look at how it sits on Wisp. I don't know. Anyway, that about does it for me for now. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. Mr. Kepler says goodbye. He does. Bye-bye. Can you wave? You can't wave. I woke you up off of my lap. But that's what you get for sleeping on my lap. Huh. I'll see you next time. Bye.